Bengals. Matt, what you got?
Oh boy, silliness category are the Cincinnati Bengals. Uh, they were 9-8 last year. They missed the playoffs. They were third in the division. They were seventh, somehow only seventh in EPA per play, 0.108. And then their pass block win rate was 50%, which was 32nd by a pretty good margin. And then their run block win rate was 68%, which was 30th. So I didn't go through, but I have to imagine they're the only team in the league that was bottom three in both categories, and they still put up a seventh in EPA per play offense. Their defense was 27th, 0.054. That's why they fired Lou Anarumo and brought in Al Golden from Notre Dame. Their pass rush win rate was 37%, 20th, and their run stop win rate was 29% at 25th. Joe Burrow was fantastic, as he is. .212 EPA per play, which was fourth, and a 53.2% success rate, which was second. Their offseason was headlined and is still currently being headlined, but the main headlines was signing Jamar Chase to, at the time, the richest richest annual deal for a non-quarterback, 4 years, 161. He's under contract until 2030. And T. Higgins, 4 years, $115 million. He's under contract till 2029, but the kicker between him and Chase is T. Higgins' contract does not have void years attached. So there's no real desire to move money around for T. Higgins' contract, where for Jamar Chase, they have multiple void years. The only two players on the Bengals, Burrow and Chase, are the guys with void years. So that makes me believe that there is an out after the 26th season, so the next 2 years, and T. Higgins, they will save money if they were to cut him. So I would keep that in mind for the Bengals. I think this is a 2-year window. This is a 2-year shot to do it with this core, with those three guys. Mike Gesicki, they also re-signed 3 years, $25 million. Joseph Osai, that was brought back, hook 'em horns, 1 year, $6.5 million. Geno Stone, who was kind of a surprise for how bad the defense was. He was a pretty good player. 1 year, $6.4 million. And then B.J. Hill, interior defensive lineman, 3 years, $33 million. Their free agency, relatively tame. T.J. Slayton, who is a big run stuffer from the Packers, 2 years, $14 million. Oren Burks, who came over from, I believe he was with Philly for that playoff run. 2 years, $5 million. The Lucas Patrick from my Saints, 1 year's $2 million. I think he's going to compete for that right guard spot with Cody Ford, I believe it is. So if they could get better guard play, they'll need it because that offensive line, it was really, really bad. And then last but not least, Samaje Perine comes back. He was on that Super Bowl team, 2 years, $3.6 million. Their draft, obviously headlined by Shamar Stewart in the first round. They finally got a deal struck. Demetrius Knight Jr. in round 2. Dylan Fairchild, who's also a guard from Georgia, he's going to kind of compete for the guard spot. I don't know if he has the inside track much like Patrick does because of the longevity of Patrick compared to him being a third-round rookie, but I believe he's getting some work there. And then Barrett Carter from Clemson as an off-ball linebacker, so they doubled up on off-ball linebacker. Their departures, Alex Kappa, a guard, he goes to the Raiders. He was pretty bad last year, so addition by subtraction there. Jermaine Pratt, obviously, he was a headline release at the time a few weeks ago, I want to say. But, again, another guy they kind of funneled in Burks and the 2 draft picks. And then Mike Hilton, he goes to the Dolphins. And then my season outlook question, obviously, are any of these expensive defensive draft picks gonna break out in 25? Because, damn it, do they need it? They need it really, really bad. This team was handed a layup in 2020 by the name of Joe Burrow, and he has made his dues. They also repaid him by getting T. Higgins in that same draft, and T has been a fantastic player. And then 21 followed up with another layup. And this just brought me back. Remember Jamar Chase versus Penny Sewell debates, guys. Oh, my goodness. Do you think either team is man, wish we had the other guy? No, everyone's happy, and the Bengals would have been handed another layup. Whoever they took was going to be awesome. But 2022 on, we're going to go through it. It's a nightmare in the worst of ways. 2022, this is just the top 3 rounds. And just listen to the amount of defensive players they have taken. They've taken 10 in the last 3 years. Just total. Dax Hill was a safety in round 1. Cam Taylor-Britt was a corner in round 2. And Zach Carter, not on the team, don't know if he's in the league, was an edge rusher in round 3. I think he was Florida? Florida, that's testing the knowledge. Miles Murphy in 2023 was their first round pick. I really wanted him for the Saints. DJ Turner, a corner in round 2. And then Jordan Battle. Oh, hurts me. Jordan Battle in round 3, a safety. And then 2024, Amarius Mims in round 1, an offensive tackle. Chris Jenkins, interior defensive lineman in round 2. And then Jermaine Burton in round 3. And McKinley Jackson, another interior defensive lineman in round 3. If you added it up, that's 8 out of their 10 draft picks in the top 3 rounds the last 3 years have gone to the defense. None of those players have been good. None of them have been like, oh, we're definitely going to give that guy a second contract. And that's horrific. And that's a problem. And so you're sitting there like, one of these guys needs to be good. Like, you can throw in and lump in another, like, group of Shamar Stewart and Demetrius Knight and Barrett Carter. Someone's got to be good, man. Because Trey Hendrickson's not going to be as good as he was the last 2 years. He's had 35 sacks in the last 2 seasons. And he's, like, just not there. And he is there, but he's not practicing. So is there a gleam of hope where someone breaks out and someone is good and someone is like looked forward to of like, man, we got to steal on the defensive end, because they have not gotten it in so many tries. They've tried so hard and they've just not done it.
No, and it shows. It shows. I mean, the fact that they went out and signed David Bryant and he's already getting second team reps and like run is like really shows how bad, like especially along that defensive line, how bad it has gotten for them. David Bryant has been, a flat out a bust. He has not been good, and he's like has a chance right now to step into this defense and get some serious run as DT3. And that is saying how bad like they have drafted thus far on that defensive side of the football.
Yeah, that's my big season outlook question is how does this defense perform with Shamar Stewart and everything? I mean, obviously you want to get to the, rush the passer a little bit more. For one, obviously, every draft pick has the potential to kind of bust. So you want to kind of question, following what Matt had just said, 8 draft picks in the last 10. That's insane. At this point, are they able to scout it? Because right now it doesn't look like it. And not only that, but is your top edge rusher going to be there? Like, probably is our take. More than likely, I would assume that you guys would agree. But right now, it's still up in the air. It's a reasonable question to ask. And with that defense takes a bigger hit than it needs to right now to be able to withstand the rest of the AFC North outside of the Browns. And so, with that being said, can they sneak their way into the playoffs? I don't know, but we'll find out now. I don't know. So let's go ahead. This is a weird layout. We're going to let's do the left row first, and then we'll do the right row as a whole, you think? That's probably right. That's a lot.
Yeah,
but
because it's in order.
Yeah.
I feel like we should still break. I feel like we should break it up into like halves.
6 games at a time then? We'll do 6 games at a time.
Yeah, 6 games.
All right. I have them beating Cleveland, beating Jacksonville, losing to Minnesota, losing to Denver, losing to Detroit, and then losing to Green Bay.
Oh, no. Ryan's got it all wrong. He forgot this is the Bengals. They have to start 0-2. That's just how this team operates. They have to be 0-2 to start the season. So I'm going to, as tradition, they will be 0-2 in my prediction. They will beat Minnesota. They'll lose to Denver. They'll beat a good Detroit team and then lose to Green Bay. So I don't know, Jim. They're 2-4 through the first 6.
Yeah. Oof. I'm not too far off from you guys, but I do think that they open up the season actually going well for the first time, and then it takes a little bit of a weird turn from there. I have them beating both the Browns and the Jags to open up the season here. But then I have them in Bengals fashion going on a little bit of a skid here early on and losing their next 3 games against the Vikings, Broncos, and Lions. And then being able to clean up a little bit against the Packers there, starting off those first 6 weeks 3-3.
I'm going to have them beat the Steelers, beat the Jets, lose to the Bears, and then lose to the Steelers. And then after that, beat the Patriots, lose to the Ravens.
Okay. All right. They're going to lose on Thursday Night Football to the Steelers. They're going to beat the Jets. They're going to lose to your Bears. They're going to head into the bye pretty upset with themselves. I think they're sitting at, what is that? 3-6? Yeah, 3-6. And then they're going to win 2 in a row against Pittsburgh and then against New England. They're going to be 5-6 going into the Thanksgiving game, and they're going to win that one.
There you go. I have them beating the Steelers, Jets, and Bears. They head into that bye on what would be a 4-game win streak if we're including the Packers there from that last little segment. And then they're going to come out of the bye beating both the Steelers and Patriots here as well. So, I mean, this is a good 5-game stretch for them where, they're hoping to get a little bit of that momentum churning a little bit for them. So I'm definitely a little bit higher through the first 11 games than you guys.
I'm going to have them lose to Buffalo, lose to Baltimore, beat Miami, beat Arizona, beat Cleveland, 8-9 for the Bengals this year.
So I have them beating Buffalo. So they'll beat Baltimore and Buffalo in back-to-back weeks, then lose to Baltimore. And this is where the Bengals need to get to. They're 7-7 here. This is a great 3-game stretch to end the season. They're going to win all 3. They're going to be 10-7. And with my current predictions throughout the whole season that we have done, they would be in the playoffs.
Ooh, they are cutting it tight in your predictions here. So, I have them starting the first 2 games here, taking 2 losses against the Ravens and Bills. I just think they're flat out better teams. But then I do have them going on and winning the next 4 games from there. I have them beating the Ravens, beating the Dolphins, beating the Cardinals, and beating the Browns. Significantly higher on this team than what Ryan is, and definitely higher on this team than what Matt is. I have them finishing 12-5. I mean, we saw what they were able to do down the stretch, regardless of bad defense. And you hope that you come in with a new defensive coordinator that can bring a little bit of spark into this room. And again, you're not asking this defense to be world beaters. You're asking them to be average. They could be even below average and still get this mark if you have the offensive production that you think you're going to out of Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. But yeah, I'm definitely higher on this team than you guys are at 12-5.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not Matt. I'm glad that. Wait, Ben, did you have the? My brain's not working right now.
You were low man at 8. I was the middleman at 10.
Yeah.
And
Ben was at 12-5. I'm just trying to think. Ben, did you have them losing or beating the Bears?
I had them beating the Bears.
Okay. I was going to say, because I didn't want to single you out, but Matt, I'm glad that you and I see eye to eye on that matchup, because I see them beating the Bears in like every schedule prediction that I see. And selfishly, I'm obviously looking for my team, but that's
you just have a flat out better
gripe
offense.
that I had. So.
If you're going to get in a shootout, you're going to lose. Period.
It's the defense part of it that got me to pick my team over them.
Their over-under is 9.5, -115 to the over, -105 to the under. So this is Vegas really sitting at, like, are they going to win double-digit games or not? And are they going to make the playoffs or not? Their division, they're not even – I think they're second. I have to imagine they're second. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're second at +260. That's awful value, because I think there's a world where this defense just is as bad as it was last year, and it's like if we got I don't want to say a relatively healthy T. Higgins season, but like, what is a healthy T. Higgins season? Is it 14 games?
14
we're
games.
just going to pencil him in to miss games, which I think we have to at this point. But I think it's hard to expect like the offense to go up, but then I also have the devil on my shoulder where it's like they have an awful offensive line. Like they could get this right one of these years, and Burrow would get even more time and be even more dynamic with Chase, who like I've been on the record. I think Chase is the best receiver in football over
Mhm.
Jefferson too. So it's like I think those two guys betting on that's why I just put him at 10-7. They're right in there, right in the mix. I think that's an awesome finish to their season. Miami, Arizona, and Cleveland. I think you could have three dying teams. Like the first two coaches that are barely surviving. Is that too crazy to say? Like McDaniel, yeah, I think we're all on the same page. But Gannon, I think bad season for him could really smell trouble. And then the Browns, obviously, we talked about the Browns. They're not suited to beat the Bengals twice, but